One more day to go.
Yep, one more day.
Then, back to my favorite planet, Earth.
You know, Grant, we're going to miss you.
Sure.
No, really, I mean, having a character like you around really breaks the monotony.
Well, I'd love to stay, really, but,
Oh, I know. You got 100 chicks just waiting for you to call.
well, let's not go overboard. 80 or 90, maybe?
More coffee.
Thank you, sir.
Hey.
Pressure leak!
New port secure and tested. Repressurized.
I want every part of this sphere searched. I want the remains of that port collected from outside and reconstructed. I want the answer. Astronaut William Grant, killed in the line of duty, April the 12th, 1981.
There's your answer.
We've calculated that the projectile was fired from a group of rocks about 200 meters from the base. The chemical analysis hasn't told us much, except it's part alloy. One of the constituents is unknown on Earth.
Now, you're saying that a UFO landed on the moon, undetected, and one of its occupants got out and fired this projectile at moon base.
3 days ago, a particularly large stream of meteorites played havoc with our tracking system.
It could have landed then.
Yes, yes. Then just taken off again after the attack.
No, the interference didn't last long enough. It's still somewhere on the moon. I've had the interceptors searching for the last 24 hours.
And if they find it?
My orders are seek and destroy.
When is the next lunar launch possible?
At 1400 hours tomorrow, sir.
Alec, I'm going back to Moonbase with Commander Forster. You will assume command here.
Right.
Oh, and Alec, could you get me everything we've got on the disintegration of UFOs in the Earth's atmosphere?
Give me 30 minutes.
Commander, I want you to countermand your orders to the interceptors. Tell them to seek and observe. Yes, I know. The natural reaction is to want to hit back. I like to build Grant, too. But we know that a UFO disintegrates if it stays too long on Earth. All of our evidence suggests that it has some reaction with our atmosphere.
And there's no atmosphere on the moon.
Exactly. This may be our best chance ever to get our hands on a UFO, intact. Now look, Foster, we won't be able to leave for another 23 hours. Why don't you go somewhere and unwind?
Yeah, I think maybe you're right. I'll leave an address where you can contact me.
I think I know where.
This life ain't easy. Woman, you got to try to please me. You gotta do what I ask when I ask you to. You gotta love me, baby, not tease me. I said, man, I ain't easy.
Paul!
Hi.
I said, man, I ain't easy.
They're beautiful. Why didn't you call? I look such a mess.
Well, Foster, you'll be home in time for supper.
Home?
Moonbase.
one of those astronauts to get those aerial photos in here fast. That's the first thing he'll ask for.
The second thing, Space Tracker Harrington. The first thing is a cup of coffee. Perhaps you'll be good enough to organize that. Miss Barry.
Yes, sir?
I met your father about a month ago. I was happy to tell him I think you're settling in extremely well.
Thank you, sir.
Now, if you'd ask someone to bring the aerial photographs along to the leisure sphere, please.
Sir.
Oh, Harrington. That's with cream and sugar, please.
Yes, sir.
Infrared from 30,000 feet.
And you say it's in there.
Yes, sir. Here's a blow-up.
Ah, yes. There it is. Oh. How long would it take a moonmobile to get into that area?
It's just below the Terminator.
All right, let's set it up.
I suggest we use 2 mobiles, a couple of men in each.
Fine. Who do you suggest as crew?
I'd like a crack at that, sir.
Thank you.
Mark can handle it. He knows the area.
Fine. You can choose your own navigator.
Thank you, sir.
Now, that just leaves the other moonmobile.
I'll pick my own crewmen as well. I suggest we use a missiles operative.
As Moon-Base commander, your place is in the control sphere.
Maybe, sir. But I was the one who saw Bill Grant's face as he tried to make it to that airlock.
Border control. 3 miles from Terminator.
Roger.
They'll soon be in darkness. Tell them to stick together.
Control to mobiles. Maintain close visual contact.
Roger, control. Did you hear that, Mark?
Don't worry, sir. I'll be breathing down your neck all the way.
Just under 2 miles from target.
Listen, Foster, at the first sign of trouble, get the blazes out of there, and I'll send the interceptors in. Is that understood?
Understood. But we won't need them. Out. Lights. Mark, we should be able to see them from the top of the next ridge. We'll leave the mobiles here and go in on foot.
Roger.
Right, let's go. It's there, all right.
Great. Any sign of life?
No. Control, have positive sighting of UFO.
Position?
In the center of a crater, just as it was in the aerial shots. It hasn't moved.
What does it look like?
Difficult to say. But from its attitude, it could have been damaged on landing.
What about the radiation check?
Negative. It's just sitting there.
Well, I suppose it's just possible it might be abandoned.
There's only one way to find out. We'll move in 2 minutes.
Right. Yellow alert.
All air supplies A-OK.
Time check. 11:04:45 now.
Check.
Now listen. There's a rock just over that ridge. Wait till the guy ahead of you reaches it before you come over the top.
Right. Who's first in line?
My privilege.
I'll follow you.
Then Brad and Don. Any questions?
We could run into an alien out in the open.
Remember, they're expendable. We want the UFO. Hold it. Get out.
Control, the UFO has opened fire on us.
Red alert. Interceptors immediate launch. Program onboard computer for attack.
Yes, sir.
Send the interceptors in, but tell them to hold their fire till I give the word.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Straker says to pull out.
We're pinned down here. Look, I'll go get a moonmobile.
What if the UFO takes off?
It's a chance I've got to take. Give me 2 minutes.
ETA target, 4 minutes.
This is Control. How soon will you be clear?
Couple of minutes, sir.
What's the holdup?
We'll be clear any minute now, sir.
Pull back to the mobiles. Come in, Mark. Can you hear me? Come in, Mark. Can you hear me? Come in, Mark. Mark!
Interceptors, 90 seconds from target.
Something must have gone wrong. Come on, let's go.
The interceptor leader has visual contact. The UFO is lifting off.
Order the attack.
Take cover!
Maybe he was thrown clear.
If I thought there was one chance in 10 million.
It could happen.
Well, you said yourself the Moonmobile was totally destroyed. No. bad business, Alec. One moonmobile totally destroyed. The other so badly damaged it was a miracle it made it back to base.
The moonmobiles can be replaced.
And Commander Foster can't. Yes. That's one of the reasons I'm staying on here for a couple of days. A new commander will have to be appointed.
I didn't mean that.
I know what you meant. I feel the same way. Look, Alec, there's one thing you can do for me. Foster had no close relatives, but there was someone.
A girl?
Yes. She was as close to him as anyone. I think she should be told.
All right. What's her name?
Tina Duval. Apartment 19, Windermere Hall.
Right. Miss Duval?
Yes?
My name is Alec Freeman. I'm a friend of Paul Foster.
Relax, Lieutenant. Relax.
I was just going to grab some sleep, sir.
Yes. It's been a long 12 hours. Mark, I'm sure you realize how important this base is. It's a vital link in our defense system. Now, whoever commands it has got one of the most responsible jobs in SHADO. I'd like you to consider it, Mark.
Are you offering me the job, sir?
Yes. Does that surprise you?
Not altogether. And does it surprise you if I say no?
Well, it disappoints me.
Well, you've done your duty. You've asked. And I've given you the no you wanted.
What do you mean, I've done my duty?
Sure. After Foster, I'm the senior man. The obvious choice, if you like.
So, I offer you the command of Moonbase, and you say no. Why? I asked you why.
Because of this.
Oh, don't give me that. Racial prejudice burned itself out 5 years ago.
How would you know? All right. On the surface, maybe. But deep down inside of people, it's still there. Maybe it will never show. And maybe it will. Like sometime I'm ordering a guy out on a mission. A time the chances are he won't be coming back.
Look, I'm not offering you some easy number. And I don't care if you're a polka dot with red stripes. You're the best man for the job. Now, do you want it? Do you want it?
Yes, sir. I would like it. But not like this.
No one wanted it like this. Now, You get some rest, Commander.
Astronaut Watson, please report to medical. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
I'd just like to say we're glad to have you with us, sir.
Thank you very much. This is Control to Moon Mobile 3. Proceed to Area 183 as instructed.
Yes, sir.
You've sent out a mobile?
Yes, sir.
To the UFO crater?
Yes. To look for wreckage of the UFO. I did not know I needed your permission.
You don't, Commander. Carry on.
I'll take her a couple of degrees over to port. There's a back crevasse field about 10 miles on. We'll go round it. Right. I see what you mean. About what? That crevasse field straight ahead. Rough terrain.
Help! Help! Over here! Help!
Hold it, sir.
Over here! They've seen us! Hey! Hey! Come on, wake up! We're saved! They've seen us! We're okay!
Bring an air cylinder, hurry!
Listen, listen. We're safe. We're safe. They found us. Now, you stay here. Do you understand? You stay here. Listen! There's an alien! He's back there! He saved my life, he's a friend!
He's trying to say something. Yeah, his radio's US.
Can't you hear me, an alien?
Okay, Commander, we can't hear you. Right, let's lift him up.
Don't you understand? He's a friend!
Take it easy, Commander.
What's he trying to say?
I don't know. Let's get him back to the Moonmobile.
Shall we carry him, sir? Hold it a minute. Listen, there's an alien. He's a friend. He saved my life. Don't you understand? An alien!
Alien? He said something about an alien.
An alien? No. No! No!
You're right, I don't understand. I'm told you're dead. Then you're alive. You walk in here as if nothing has happened. I can't take it anymore.
You've always known there are things I can't tell you.
About your job. But does it come before everything? Even me?
Tina. I'm sorry.
So am I, Paul. Paul?
Buy you a drink, Alec.
Fine.
Sighting radius vector 1096.
Alter course 4.31 degrees. Confirm bearings.
109.6. Orbital altitude 306.2 miles.
Vostok 2 launched June 13, 65. Fire limpet.
Limpet attached, moving away.
Stand by. Activate.
Positive, sir.
Resume course.
Confirmed sighting at radius vector 1520.
There she is.
Position and data correct.
Log and resume course.
Apollo 8, December 21, 1968.
Say goes no further than this room, okay? So let's get down to the infighting. You have been a thorn in my side for years, Straker. Consistently excessive demands for the diversion of resources to your organization. Now you're saying a total clearance program.
Right.
And I'm saying, while I'm running this commission, I'll fight you on this issue every inch of the way.
Ah, you've been practicing.
What are you working on anyway, Alec?
One of Straker's projects. It's a beautification campaign.
Well, I won't deny you could use it.
Space junk. Straker wants it all cleared.
Well, the Astrophysical Commission takes care of any space junk. Anything with hazard potential.
Straker has an idea it could be used by the aliens to crack our defense system. I'm beginning to think he may be onto something.
Well, if your report shows it's a possibility, the junk gets cleared. So what's the problem?
James L. Henderson is the problem.
Cost, time, personnel, resources. You want reasons. Why not? I can give you 100.
Listen, Henderson. Every item of space junk could be cleared in a matter of weeks, if the Commission gave its full support. As for the cost, I admit it would be high, but safety factors alone would justify it.
Safety factors?
Yes. My organization uses space more than any other. My pilots take more risks with that junk in 1 month than
my men do in a year. No, we need facts, Straker. Details, statistics. You just don't have them.
Don't I?
Of course you don't.
I have my report.
Your report.
You promised that the Commission would not take a final decision on the clearance program until my report had been fully considered.
And so it won't. However, I must confess I don't think it'll have that much influence.
Well, if that's so, Henderson, it must be because you've already swung the Commission against it.
Look, Straker, we've just completed the annual clearance of all items of space junk we consider a menace to navigation. The cost was more than double that of last year's operation.
And worth every penny.
Do you realize what a full clearance program would cost?
Look, I'm not going to swap dollar signs with you, Henderson. Men's lives are at stake. Now, I want that junk cleared. Every last piece.
So where is he?
He's on his way, sir. Commander Straker.
Freeman?
Alec, I want that space clearance report.
Well, you just got here, and there's data still missing.
I don't care what's missing. Looks like Henderson's commission have already decided against a major space clearance project. We have to convince them otherwise.
Well, give me 24 hours. It can't make any difference to you, but it could make a heck of a difference to the report.
I want that report, Alec. I don't care what shape it's in, just get it back here.
Shadow Lunar Module 32 cleared for takeoff at 14:21:34. Stand by.
Roger, Moonbase. Affirm TET.
Affirmative. Trans-Earth trajectory green. Lift off 32.
Check Delta coordinates. Coordinates correct, sir. Earth orbit insertion, 2 hours, 13 minutes, 8 seconds, sir. Right. Contact Shadow HQ and Moonbase. Tell them we're going for EOI in 43 minutes, 29 seconds. Right, sir?
32 reports Earth orbit insertion at 13:08:21, sir.
Contact SID. Tracking procedure green. Has Shadow HQ been alerted?
Yes, sir.
So everything's fine?
Straker's not going to think so. He's expecting you.
Re-entry angle, 6.58 degrees. EOI, 4 minutes, 12 seconds.
Sighting, sir. That's 7035.
That's in behind us. Confirm sighting.
Affirmative, sir. And it's closing fast.
Contact Moonbase.
32 reports unidentified sighting, sir.
Signal red alert.
What's happening? Angle increasing.
His angle of re-entry is too steep. Turning to correct angle of re-entry.
Loss of signal, sir.
Still increasing. Something's pulling us off course. We've got to correct. Pitch actuator, 1.3, burn.
Earth orbit insertion now.
No response. We're in trouble.
Look, Henderson, all I need is another 48 hours.
Another 48 hours?
Yes. I can have a summary of the completed report on your desk by then.
You know I can't hold up the commission any longer. Why don't you let me tell them that you decided to withdraw your proposal? I get you off the hook.
I intend to hold you to your word, to consider my report before making a decision on the clearance program.
All right, Straker, I think I'm reading you. You want an alibi for that pilot of yours who killed himself and his crewman. You want to blame it on the presence of uncleared junk.
I want your word, Henderson.
On one condition. Now, you consider your spacecraft was involved in a re-entry collision with an item of space junk?
It's a possibility.
A possibility, yes. So you suspend all lunar flights until we've fully investigated the incident.
You realize what you're doing?
Yes, Commander, I do. I'm proving to the Commission that your organization in its present form is an expensive and unworkable luxury.
Miss Eland. Hard at it?
I'm always hard at it. Sometimes you notice. How did it go, sir?
Go? You know the code word Washington Square, Miss Eland.
Well, not without looking it up. It's not one we use regularly.
It's one I thought we'd never use.
What does it mean, sir?
It means shutdown. Cancel lunar flights. Virtual isolation of Moonbase.
Shadow control to all unit commanders, Washington Square. I say again, Washington Square. Immediate compliance, Washington Square.
Colonel Foster, sorry to disturb you, sir. Code message from Shadow. Washington Square. I'll check it right away.
There's no need. It means shutdown.
What?
More specifically, it involves a complete ban on all orbital flights.
Colonel Freeman for you.
Put him on.
Why the ban on moon flights?
Henderson.
But why? What about the report?
Forget it. The Commission are going to believe that it's an attempt to blame space junk on the Maddox crash.
When in fact you think it was...
Maddox. Pilot error. Take a rest. Enjoy the scenery, Alec.
What's Straker trying to do?
I don't know.
He doesn't usually take a thing like this lying down.
You couldn't call it typical.
Then there's Maddox. What do we do about him? Forget all about it?
Well, what else can we do? Any pilot can make a mistake, and you're only allowed one.
Not Steve Maddox.
Anyone can make a mistake.
Not Steve Maddox. He's too experienced.
All right. All right. What caused the re-entry error?
He reported an unidentified sighting just before loss of signal.
But the trackers couldn't pick up anything.
Well, it must have been something. Space debris.
Maybe.
Maybe. And we just sit back and do nothing about it?
No. We make sure it doesn't happen again.
Get me 32's electronic log.
Captain Maddox flight?
Yes.
What's going on here? What the devil's going on? Who's in that module?
Colonel Foster.
Why didn't you tell me? Any of you?
Colonel Foster's orders. On no account were we to tell you until takeoff was imminent.
And irreversible. Paul, cut your motors. I said cut your motors. Paul, this won't help.
What won't?
Taking out a module. If you're doing it for the reasons I think you are.
I'm going to fly the same course Maddox flew.
Under precisely the same conditions.
Yes.
You're crazy. What will it prove?
For one thing, Maddox wasn't responsible for the loss of his ship.
Well, if you do make it, it won't mean much.
Depends on how I get through.
And if you don't?
Then I don't. Roger. 3. Roger.
What is it?
Two-9 calling moon base.
Everything under control?
So far. EOI in 2 hours.
38 minutes, 22 seconds.
Roger. Have you contacted Straker yet?
No. But I've a feeling he'll be contacting me soon. Sighting at galactic latitude 43.17. Longitude 14.53.
But that's moon base operations area.
Right, call Commander Straker.
Turn back right now.
EOI in 1 hour precisely. I've gone too far for that.
You're right, Foster. Much too far.
Module 2-9 to moon base.
Go ahead, 2-9.
Re-entry in 6 minutes, 9 seconds.
Roger.
Moon base.
Receiving 2-9.
EOI in 4 minutes, 3 seconds.
Re-entry angle 5.73 degrees. Confirmed.
2-9, confirm re-entry angle.
Stay on 2-9.
2-9's re-entry angle, sir. It's...
Paul, adjust re-entry angle. Cut back to 5.
Cut back to 5, Paul. You're far too shallow.
If he doesn't adjust, he'll bounce off the Earth's atmosphere out into space.
Colonel Foster.
Foster here, I'm happy to say.
Congratulations.
But don't let my delight at your survival blind you to the fact that we have a few matters to discuss.
Too far this time, Straker.
I don't see it that way.
You authorize a lunar flight?
I authorize nothing.
Look, Straker, I don't want to argue with you. You are responsible, whatever the circumstances.
I agree. But Colonel Foster has proved that there is alien interference with our interorbital flights.
Has he?
Yes. And I almost got killed doing it.
So you say?
Yes, I say!
My apologies.
Thank you.
I think it's time we laid our cards on the table, Henderson.
All right. I'll tell you what I think of Colonel Foster's so-called proof. You knew the Commission was going to turn down your space junk clearance program. So you instructed Foster to make this flight.
Now, why should I do that?
Because you were desperate for evidence.
Go on.
You authorized the flight to rig this information, but you won't get away with it. The Commission convenes the day after tomorrow. By the time I get through, you'll be out of a job.
Is that all? I'll see you at the Commission meeting.
Indeed you will, Commander.
Can he really do it?
Do what?
Ease you out.
Can try.
What about our evidence? They've got to take notice of that.
Evidence. What's it going to look like when Henderson claims that we manufactured it just to get a space clearance program?
But we're right.
Well, sometimes, Colonel, that's not quite enough.
The tracking data's been processed, sir.
Anything?
Not that we can see.
You should have been able to pick up something.
There's nothing on Colonel Foster's log except a record of maneuvers.
All right, send it down to SHADO headquarters.
So what do we do now?
Any suggestions?
No.
But we can't just sit around.
I've solved quite a few problems by just sitting around, as you call it, Colonel. I suggest you try it yourself sometime.
Commander, the tracking report on Colonel Foster's flight has just come in from Moon Base.
And?
Nothing unusual, sir.
All right.
So that leaves the MV3 detector.
Yes, they're processing the data now. Well, we haven't had much luck so far. Maybe we're due for a break.
The MV3 data, sir.
Ah, thank you. Looks like an SPS rocket of some sort.
Like the limpet rockets used in debris destruction.
Yeah. But it doesn't make sense. I mean, why would the aliens put a device like this into Earth orbit?
Could be programmed to attack moonship flights.
Blockade on Moon Base? Maybe. Why hasn't our radar picked it up?
Space debris. It's based in one of those burnt-out rockets over there.
Well, assuming you're right, which one could it be?
Well, considering Maddox and I flew practically identical flight paths, it would have to be one of these two here, or Apollo 8 here, or B-47.
4 possibilities. I think we're onto something.
That should be okay. Freeman.
Alec, I have an assignment for you. I want you to launch the interceptors. Your mission? To destroy 4 pieces of space junk. I'll have control relay the coordinates direct to the astronauts.
You mean space junk in Earth orbit?
Right. And I mean use all 3 interceptors.
All 3?
Yes, I know. It'll leave Moonbase undefended. Nevertheless, do it, Alec. At once.
Now, wait a minute. Do you know what's going to happen when Henderson finds out about this?
Ah, yes. Henderson. Why don't you go over and tell him, Colonel?
What? He'll go berserk.
Yes. Take a nice, slow drive. Give me about half an hour.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Control to interceptor leader. Steer programmed course to Earth orbit.
You will receive destruct details from Earth Control. Out.
Miss Eland, when James Henderson calls, tell him I'm unavailable.
And when he arrives, sir?
Oh, show him right in. The red carpet treatment. He's a very important man. You can expect him at 3 o'clock.
I want to see Straker immediately. And before you try to fob me up with some damn fool excuse, I'm telling you I won't take no for an answer.
But of course you may see him, Mr. Henderson. He's expecting you. Go straight in.
Oh. Thank you. Straker.
Ah, Henderson. You're late. Won't keep you a moment. Studio business. Well, I think it's a great script, Mr. Steiner. There we are. Cleared for shooting.
Thanks. You know, I like the way you operate.
Oh, thank you.
Your policy of non-interference. Some executives crawl all over you.
Well, I can assure you, Mr. Steiner, you'll see very little of me.
And I'll give you a film the studio will be proud of. Thanks again. Nice guy. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, Straker. You know I never touched them.
Voice identification.
James Henderson.
Identification positive. Henderson James L.
Thank you.
I tried to call you, Commander. I was told you were not available. Were they your instructions?
Yes.
I see. A very high-handed attitude. However, one more question. Is it true you ordered all 3 moon base interceptors to destroy certain items of space junk?
Correct.
Do you realize what you've done?
You tell me.
You've blatantly and openly defied the Commission and left moon base and the Earth defenseless.
It was my decision. I realize the implications.
You had better start packing, Straker. When the Commission hears about this, you're through.
Aren't you interested in hearing my reasons?
Oh, let's be kind. Let's put it down to a mental aberration, the strain of command. Get those interceptors back on moon base, Commander, while you can still give orders.
Sorry, Henderson.
Don't push your luck, Straker. If moon base reports
a UFO sighting, stick around. I'm expecting it.
Possible contact 248016, red. Contact confirmed, UFO 248136, red.
Red alert. Get me SHADO headquarters.
UFO maintaining course 248204, green.
Get the termination.
Request trajectory termination.
Predicted termination 1F026, southern England.
Close enough. Its target is this studio. Maintain visual contact on countdown.
Yes, sir.
And order a complete shutdown.
Shutdown?
Everything. VHF, radar, the computers, complete radio silence.
Straker!
As you said, Henderson, I can still give orders. Complete shutdown. Do it.
Termination, 8 minutes, 4 seconds.
Commander Straker, I'd like to talk to you in your office. You too, Colonel. Straker, I'm relieving you of your command. Colonel Foster will take over as of now.
You can't do it, Henderson. You require the unanimous backing of the Commission.
You think I won't get it?
Yes, I think you could get it. But it would take time.
And this base is due to be attacked in a few minutes? Colonel Foster, assume command. Colonel.
I take my orders from Commander Straker.
Now, for the first time in your life, Henderson, you're going to listen. The aliens put a satellite into Earth orbit using a piece of space junk to cover. Why? A blockade on Moonbase? A logical reason, but obvious. Too obvious. In time, we would have located and destroyed it. So the satellite was a decoy, a red herring for something bigger. An attack on this headquarters. They hoped the satellite would draw the interceptors from Moonbase.
And you fell right into the trap.
I acted as if the plan had worked, yes. It would take a UFO of great destructive power to destroy this underground base. I didn't want that hanging over our heads.
All this guesswork does not explain the shutdown.
Well, why make it easy for them? The UFO is probably programmed onto our radio signals.
I don't buy it, Straker. I just hope you've guessed wrong. Because if you're right, we're about to be killed.
Still time for you to leave. All right. We all just sit here and wait.
For what?
A voice.
Moonbase to Shadow Control. Come in, Control. It's no use, sir. It's a complete radio shutdown.
What the hell is Straker playing at?
4 minutes to termination.
Straker, if we contact the interceptors, there might still be time.
It's no good. They can't operate in the Earth's atmosphere. And the UFO's already in the stratosphere.
Termination, 1 minute, 20 seconds.
We're sitting ducks.
Maybe. Yes.
Sky One has just overflown the studio at 0 feet.
Thank you, Miss Eland. Switch everything on.
Yes, sir.
And get me Captain Carlin.
Sir.
Nice timing, Captain. Don't miss it.
Roger, Control. Sky 1 to Moonbase.
Request UFO fix and attack coordinates.
We'll relay direct to outward computer.
Straker, the sly old...
Fox?
45 seconds. 40 seconds. 35 seconds. 30 seconds.
Have visual contact. Going in for attack. Sky 1 is SHADO Control. UFO destroyed.
Colonel Foster, did you get this operation computerized, and we'll prepare it for the commission in my office?
Well, Straker, I guess I owe you an apology. You were right. You can take it the commission will recommend a complete clearance of all space junk.
Thank you.
Of course, it'll take time. The money has to be raised.
Call it the Maddox Fund.
Maddox?
The pilot who was killed.
Ah, yes, Maddox. Well?
If only you hadn't been so positive that you were right.
Like you?
Henderson. Now
walk you to your car.
Dr. Strangers, welcome to London.
Thank you very much.
As the president of the National Investigations Committee on UFOs, could I ask you first, what is an unidentified flying object?
Yes, an unidentified flying object is any object whose behavior violates every known law of aerodynamics.
Politicians, understandably, are loath to commit themselves on the subject, but have any leading statesmen given their opinions about UFOs?
Congressman Gerald Ford stated time and time again that he would prefer open congressional hearings rather than hearings behind closed doors. But as a matter of point, the late Robert Kennedy made a statement that not only does he believe in UFOs, but he also believed that they come from other planets.
I see. Could I ask you this? Has any military expert, for example, ever commented on United States or international involvement with UFOs?
In New York City at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel, the late General Douglas MacArthur made an outstanding statement that almost tumbled the foundations of the very press. And he stated, and I quote, "War on Earth is fast becoming obsolete. It'll be replaced by war between planets. It would do good for every nation on Earth to unite together in order to form a common front against possible attack by people from other planets."
Fine. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
My pleasure.
Beautiful.
Very.
And out with the boss, eh?
You know her? I know her, but she doesn't know me. Do you remember the Dalotek Affair 6 months ago?
The Dalotek Affair? No, I remember.
The Dalotek Affair. The Dalotek Affair. The Dalotek Affair.
survey.
Thank you.
Is there anything else?
No, that's all.
Sighting at 0135242. Second sighting at 0140242. Third sighting at 0145242.
Trajectory termination.
Preliminary readings indicate moon base area.
Red alert. Interceptors to be on standby.
Attention all defense systems. This is a maximum
security alert. Attention all defense systems. I say again, this is a maximum security alert. Condition red.
UFO sighted.
ETT, area 140, 60 miles from Moonbase.
Well, there's nothing for them there. Are you quite sure?
We've checked it. We seem to be faced with a UFO attack in force on an area of bare lava rock.
Look, don't try to figure them, Foster. Launch your interceptors.
Interceptors immediate launch. Check trajectory.
Same coordinates, maintaining course.
Switch to onboard computer.
Roger.
The UFOs have changed course.
Hold for further instructions. No possible error.
They veered off.
Where are they heading?
According to the readings, back the way they came.
Interceptors return to base.
Well, did we scare them off?
It'll be the first time.
So what happened?
It's anybody's guess.
Guess? With $100 million worth of computer equipment at your fingertips, you still have to guess?
Sometimes, yes.
They didn't make a billion-mile space journey for nothing.
No, sir.
So we need answers, don't we, Colonel?
Is it a decoy that's failed or a red herring that's already succeeded? And it's your job to find out.
I have a sighting. It's traveling too slowly for a UFO.
Meteorite?
Looks like it. Definitely a meteorite. With an ETT in area 017213.
Get me Commander Straker.
Yes, sir.
Straker.
We're tracking a meteorite.
A what?
A meteorite.
You videoed to tell me that.
Its ETT is almost directly on top of the Dalotek installation.
Can you contact them?
There's the radio link.
All right, warn them.
Roger.
Oh, and one more thing, Colonel. If you have to bring any of them back to the base, use the amnesia procedure.
Right. Contact the Dalotek unit. How long to impact?
Approximately 3 minutes.
This is Moonbase calling Dalotek unit. Come in, Dalotek. Moonbase calling Dalotek unit. Come in, Dalotek.
right. We'll gather all the substrata material we can. The radio link with the geoscanner's okay? Good. Get down. Let's take a look.
I've told Foster to keep Moonbase on green alert for the next few days.
Hey, maybe they were after the Dalotek installation.
Oh, don't talk to me about Dalotek. I've been avoiding their president all morning.
Well, what do you got against them anyway?
They shouldn't be allowed up there, Alec. A private corporation has no business on the moon. Besides, all the valuable mineral deposits were taken away long ago. No. Dalotek is just wasting time and money.
That's their problem.
Now it's our problem, Alec.
Statistically, that was a 50,000 to 1 shot.
Yeah, a meteorite that size would be.
I suppose if we finish this session, we'd better go back and check the base. A piece of debris could have punctured the outside pressure skin.
Straker.
You're a difficult man to contact, Commander.
It's in the nature of the job.
For security reroutings. My name is Blake.
Yes, the president of the Dalotek Corporation.
I simply wanted to establish contact, Commander. Thank you for your help in preparing our moon project.
Let's get one thing straight, Mr. Blake. Your moon project was approved despite my overwhelming objections. And if there's any trouble whatsoever, I shall demand its immediate withdrawal.
My team will be on the moon for a period of 10 days. What can happen in that time?
My command has a complex and hazardous mission. The presence of civilians in the area could easily jeopardize our security operations, as well as our normal procedures.
And my team will use limited radio frequencies. They'll take every precaution to avoid your installations. In fact, they've been thoroughly briefed.
Then they'll be briefed again, Mr. Blake.
Oh, whatever you wish, Commander. I'm quite sure there'll be very little contact with your base. Unless,
Unless what?
in the case of an emergency, you did agree.
To render all possible assistance. Yes.
Pressure normal on 1.
Pressure normal on 2. Come in, Dalotek. Come in, Dalotek.
Our friendly neighbors, the military. Dalotek survey base?
Colonel Foster for you.
This is Colonel Foster. We monitored a meteorite in your area.
We saw it land quite large, approximately 900 kilos, fell about 200 yards from our installations.
Yes, that agrees with our coordinates. Have you checked the pressure skin for puncture?
Yes, Colonel. Thanks for calling. Out.
Any damage?
No, everything's under control.
Good. And will you be finished on schedule?
Yes, I think so, provided those meteorites leave us alone.
Right. I think that's all. Oh, I talked to Commander Straker about that military installation near you. It's my impression that he's looking for trouble. Make sure you don't give him any.
Don't worry, we're keeping right out of their way, playing it strictly to the book.
Fine.
I'm afraid you have those Dalotek people on your back door for the next 10 days or so, Colonel.
We've had no trouble.
Just the same, I want you to go over there and make sure they're following the agreed procedure. And don't make it too easy for them.
What's happening? What's going on? Loss of signal. Run equipment check.
Breakdown in Moonbase video link. Switch in the emergency link.
Emergency link negative, sir.
I can assure you, Colonel, solar activity is minimal.
You're sure? What else can it be?
A fault in the equipment.
The checks say no. Look, run a new test series. The solar wind has disrupted communications more than once.
It's not responsible this time.
Just run the test.
Anything promising?
No, not yet.
Give me 7.
7 it is.
9.
9.
Infrared.
Infrared.
My feet out. Thank you.
Corona would be symmetrical if there were an increase in the number of sunspots.
Exactly. No unusual solar activity.
But it all fitted.
Have you considered the possibility of outside interference?
Go on.
Just an idea.
Dalotek. They're operating on limited frequencies. They could be violating the agreement.
Is there a way to check?
Just one.
Well, that completes this run. What is it? Trouble?
Why else should we receive a visit from the military?
We're operating well within the prescribed frequencies, Colonel.
We'll check that, Miss Carson.
Colonel, we're open to check at any time. But to switch off the geoscanner means a complete write-off for all our work. We'd have to be persuaded there was adequate reason for so drastic a step.
More than adequate reason, Mr. Tanner. Our base radio lost total contact with Earth half an hour ago.
An immediate possibility could be increased solar activity.
The solar wind? The coronagraph check shows negative.
How about a simple radio fault? Do you, check your fuses, Colonel?
We've checked everything.
And now you want to check us?
Can you think of a more logical step?
Run another communication check on Moonbase, will you, Alec?
You ordered a continuous check 30 minutes ago.
Yes, yes.
Why don't you get some sleep?
I will, but not until that video link is back.
Well, you've examined the frequency settings, Colonel. I think they prove that we followed the agreement to the letter.
It proves that you haven't intentionally been operating on limited frequencies, but you could have used them inadvertently.
Miss Carson is in charge of the geoscanner. She's very experienced.
I can imagine.
Colonel, exactly how many radio failures have you had?
One so far.
That doesn't seem too serious.
For a military organization, it could be catastrophic.
And you're absolutely convinced that we're to blame?
It seemed the logical conclusion.
Well, I'm glad we've been able to change your mind.
So am I. Except now it means I'm back at square one.
Well, you'll have to excuse me, Colonel. I have the seismic meters to service. But I'll leave you in Miss Carson's capable hands. If you have any questions, please ask her. Au revoir, Colonel.
Miss Carson,
Jane, up here formality's a little superfluous.
Paul.
All right, Paul. I have the impression you're not still 100% certain that we're not the source of your difficulties. And I can see I'm right. And I suppose next time there's a radio blackout, we're going to get the blame.
No, but it means I shall want to make an immediate check on the use of the scanner.
With a complete radio failure, how can you? We're 50 kilometers away.
We'll install a landline between here and Moonbase. That way we'll always have a direct link.
And?
The geoscanner is the only piece of equipment you have powerful enough to disrupt communications. If there's another blackout and the geoscanner isn't transmitting,
We're
then...
in the clear.
Yes.
But you'll have to take our word for it that we're not transmitting.
I'll take your word for it.
Honestly, I don't think we're to blame, Paul. I've been very careful. So have Mark and Phil.
Well, we'll install the landline immediately.
I'll wait for your first call.
I must go.
Have you seen all you want?
Yeah, I think I've seen about everything.
And are you satisfied?
Very.
Shadow Control to Moonbase. Do you read me? Shadow Control to Moonbase.
Reading you. Strength 5, voice and vision.
Immediate for Commander Straker. Moonbase contact reestablished.
Yes, sir.
Stand by for video circuit tests.
Landline installation complete, sir.
Right. Dalotek base. How's reception?
Well, our own private line. I'm flattered.
Tell me, Jane, what do you do in your evenings off? Well, I know this marvelous little Italian restaurant not 200 miles from here. How about dinner?
Do they have fettuccine?
Beautiful fettuccine.
And a fat Italian mama who does all her own cooking.
You've been there.
I'll reserve a corner table.
And we'll sit and look at the stars.
And our only problem will be...
How the devil do we eat fettuccine through a 1/4-inch space visor?
Oh, listen, I've got a moonship coming soon, so I'll have to be going. Do we have it on positive track?
Yes, sir.
Control to lunar module. Switch to computer control for landing.
Roger.
Landing is go.
Thank you, Control. On computer?
Do we still have them?
I'm losing them. Radio malfunction.
Control to module. Switch to manual. Control to
This is lunar module. I have lost you. Maintaining computer control for landing.
Switch to manual. We have radio blackout.
This is lunar module. I repeat, lunar module. I have lost you. Maintaining control for computer landing.
Complete computer shutdown.
This is Lunar Module. This is Lunar Module. This is Lunar Module. Switching back to manual control.
He must have switched to manual, but I think it's too late.
Get a rescue team out there.
Dalotek base. Yes, Paul. But everything was turned off except the geoscanner, and that wasn't transmitting. I see.
What's wrong?
Colonel Foster's coming straight over. There's been an accident at military base, Moonship. The radio blacked out and all the crew were killed.
I say you're responsible.
I understand how you feel, Colonel, but you're wrong.
I made the mistake of believing that last time.
And what do you intend to do about it?
End your operation.
But you can't mean that.
Look, who do you think you are? You don't have the authority.
I do mean it. And I do have the authority.
But the project's almost completed.
I have no alternative, I'm sorry. Remove the circuits.
Don't touch the equipment. This is private property.
Bill. Colonel, I can't allow this. Those circuits are irreplaceable.
Exactly.
I'd like to speak to your commanding officer.
There isn't the time. And it wouldn't matter anyway. The circuits come out. Put them in the Moonmobile.
You haven't heard the last of this.
Maybe. But we've heard the last of that.
So what do we do now?
What can we do?
Carry on as best we can until we receive further instructions from Blake. In the meantime, we can go out and collect our equipment from the surface.
Fine.
Phil, you take the area we worked on yesterday. Jane, you go with him. And I'll do the section by the new crater. Okay?
What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118,
I'm not sure that matters. The point is, did we damage it with our blasting?
Or was it damaged by the meteorite?
How did it get into the crater?
Foster installed it.
When? The crater's only been there for a few days.
Now, this is getting us nowhere. We've got to decide what to do about it.
So we go outside and take a closer look.
Good idea.
The decision was taken by the commander on the spot. I support that decision.
The Astrophysical Commission may have other ideas after I finish talking to them.
Well, that's your prerogative, Mr. Blake. Meanwhile, Dalotek does what it's told.
Well, you'll be hearing from me.
Sighting 4028. Confirmed speed 0 Sol 8.
I've got it.
Red alert. Interceptor's immediate launch. We've picked up a UFO.
Give me the trajectory coordinates.
Another blackout. Try and reset. Anything?
Nothing.
What the blazes is going on?
We've lost them again, sir.
And the emergency link?
I've tried it.
Well, keep trying.
Yes, sir.
Shadow control to Moonbase. Do you read me?
Nothing, sir. Reed, we must get that tracker working.
I'll do my best, if I can find the source of the trouble.
UFO maintaining course. Interceptors. Range 20 million miles. Awaiting missing timing and attack.
Lieutenant Ford, will you come into the office? That library material we were running through the other day, is it still set up?
Yes, sir.
Good. There's something in the back of my mind about one of those interviews you did back in 1969. Something that won't quite click into place.
Which one was it, sir?
I think it was the one with Dr. Strange's.
Yes. Well, there's nothing in that one about radio blackouts, I can assure you, sir.
Maybe, but there's something. Rerun it.
Run the video, please, of the interview with Dr. Strange's. Channel it into Commander Straker's office.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Strange's, welcome to London.
Thank you very much.
In this year of 1969, man has just landed on the moon and we're bursting with newfound knowledge about space. But we have so very little on unidentified flying objects. As the president of the National Investigation
I remember all
Committee
this.
on UFOs,
Let's see the second half.
could you tell us first What is an unidentified
Wind on.
object?
Yes.
Now, what is the position of the United Nations regarding UFOs?
The United Nations, as a physical body, has never gone on record as a body as far as UFOs are concerned. However, I spoke at the United Nations Outer Space Affairs Committee before a special delegate in 1967.
You want to go on, sir?
And the following day,
Yes,
Secretary
let it run.
General U Thant released some news to the press in which he said, "We have a twofold problem facing the world today. Number one is the Vietnam crisis, and number two, unidentified flying objects."
Maybe it was my interview with Dr. Bressinger from MIT.
No, it was just a word, a
It could be that
phrase.
they're so involved in other things that they haven't quite seen the seriousness of the problem of UFOs, even though it's an established fact that every nation under the sun...
Let's go back.
Where are they?
They must be working outside.
Dalotek. Another radio failure.
Yes. Both our bases are in imminent danger. Get me Tanner.
Colonel Forster.
Hello, Colonel. We were just about to call you. You know that installation of yours in that new crater?
What installation? Crater 236? Well, if there's an installation there, Tanner, it doesn't belong to us. Estimated range.
Approximately 2.2. 5 minutes from the last known trajectory termination.
Estimated target proximity of Moonmobile.
1 minute 50.
As a point of historical interest, how long have UFOs been sighted and reported?
Actually, UFO history goes clear back to the year
I really don't think there's
4000
anything, sir.
BC.
We check
The
all this
early
library material
Chinese,
pretty
the early
carefully.
Egyptians called them sky
Well, it
balls
was just a
or
hunch.
sky balls, fireballs. The ancient Romans
Hold
called
it.
them fiery discs, and the ancient Greeks called
Stop
them
the tape.
shining or fiery.
Run back a few feet.
Go back 10 feet.
The early Egyptians called them sky boats or sky balls, fireballs. The ancient Romans called them
Fireballs.
fiery discs, and the ancient Greeks called
What's
them
another word for
shining
fireballs,
or
Lieutenant?
fiery shields.
Thunderbolt?
Actually, clear up to this
Or?
year of 1969, UFO history
Meteorite.
has posed many problems, and the biggest problem
Crater
is
236.
Still no radio contact?
No.
ETA Crater 236, 1 minute 5.
Range 10 million miles.
The position is becoming only too clear, Lieutenant. Just as we hear that Moonbase is under attack from a UFO, radio contact is lost. Now, something is jamming the signal. I believe the cause is some sort of alien device in Crater 236. It was sent in using an orbit that would make us think that it was a meteorite.
Range 5 million miles. Bearing positive.
Do we go on with our confirmation?
Our orders are to go straight in and destroy the installation. What about the Dalotek base? It's pretty close by.
I assume Colonel Foster's thought of that.
Tanner? 90 seconds.
No time for details, but I'm confirming we're going to detonate in crater 236. Be prepared for an explosive decompression. Good luck.
All right, get your helmet on.
I still say Foster's up to something.
We've got no choice. Come on,
Interceptor leader to moon base. Come in, moon base.
The interceptors are in position, awaiting timing and attack data.
Predict interceptors will be in range in about 40 seconds.
If they haven't altered course. Estimated proximity of Moonmobile.
They should be on target just about now, sir.
They better be.
Okay, range on target.
Range on target.
Coming through. Contact AOK, trajectory 83-9-27-4.
Moonbase to interceptors. Switch to computer link for course correction and missile firing sequence.
Straker.
We've re-established contact with Moonbase, sir.
Right. Colonel Foster, what's the position?
There was an alien device near the Dalotek base.
Yes, we assumed as much.
Well, we have the UFO on positive track. The interceptors are going into attack.
Missile launch, -8.5.
Well done, Captain. Return to base.
And how are the Dalotek personnel?
Well, they were shaken up a bit at first, but they're fine now. The Moonmobile is bringing them back to Moonbase.
Right. You'll have to use the amnesia procedure.
I'll take care of it. Out.
All this. I see now why Commander Straker was so reluctant to have us up here. I'd like to say, Colonel, that your position, everything you've told me, it's a safe secret with me.
Have the amnesia shots been laid on for the Dalotek team?
We're going to administer them just before takeoff, Colonel.
Well, I think I'll get some rest. See you later.
Hello, Paul.
Hi.
I wondered why they brought 2 coffee cups.
How do you feel?
Fine.
Can I get you anything?
No. Paul, I wanted to apologize.
For what?
All the trouble we caused you losing that lunar module.
Come and sit down. Look, it wasn't your fault.
There wasn't anything we could have done.
But it would have happened anyway. It was inevitable.
We never did eat that fettuccine.
We will. But when you've forgotten about this,
Forgotten?
the amnesia shots, that there's nothing to worry about.
Thank you. So the Dalotek team stayed on for a couple more days.
You and Jay must have got pretty friendly.
Why did you ask her?
Very funny.
How does that old song go? Love's more beautiful the second time around, just as wonderful with both feet on the ground. Excuse me. Excuse me. I don't think you know me, but my name's Foster, Paul Foster. Now, I would say you are some kind of geologist. May I sit down?
Oh, yes. How did you know I was a geologist?
Come on, let's take a look around.
Hey, Claire.
Sorry about that.
Unidentified flying objects bearing 01248.
Still maintaining course.
Termination?
Should be through any second.
What happened to the interceptors?
They didn't make contact.
They what?
They're coming in too fast.
Nearly home, John. How'd you make out with that model boat I sent you?
I finished it.
You finished it? Straker. All right, Alec. Thanks. I'll be in about 6 o'clock. All right.
Do you want to see it?
Hmm?
The boat, Dad.
Oh, sure. Bet I do.
Moon base to shadow control.
Speed, Sol 1.4.
Sol 1.4. That's crazy.
They're changing course. A correction. One maintaining flight path. Second, new course 042. 183.
I don't get it. One's veered off, the other's coming in so fast it can't possibly land.
Wait for me, Dad.
Hello, Mary.
Hello, Ed. You're late.
Yes. We were having such a great time, I thought an extra half hour.
Mary! Could you make it a week later next month, say the 18th?
The 18th. Yes, that'll be fine.
Listen, I'd like to talk to you about John. Is he...
No, he's fine. We're both fine.
Mary!
We're all perfectly all right.
Oh, Johnny wanted to show me something.
I think you better go. I'll explain to Johnny.
Right.
Goodbye, Ed.
He just came running out.
Johnny! Ed!
The doctor will see you in a moment. They came out of surgery 10 minutes ago. He's as well as can be expected. Thank you.
Termination coming through.
Ireland, West Coast.
It's still coming in too fast.
Range 7 million.
Confirm. 1.4.
Moonbase to Shadow Control. We still have UFO on positive track. Confirm speed, Sol 1.4.
It must slow soon.
75,000. Reducing speed.
Alert ground radar.
All radar stations, areas B, 142 and 144, red alert.
Sky 1, airborne. Proceeding to search area. ETA 21 minutes.
Mrs. Rutland, I'm Dr. Siegel. No, please don't get up.
How is he?
Well, the boy has a fractured right femur. He's also got a compound fracture of the tibia and fibula. There's also been serious internal rupture and hemorrhage. You've given him a transfusion.
May we see him?
Oh, not just now, I'm afraid. Now, as you probably realize, your son has an allergy to antibiotics.
Yes. When he was a baby, he was...
When he was 3 months old, he was critically ill from a terramycin injection. I'm the boy's father.
I see. Well, the problem is one of elimination. We have to find a suitable antibiotic. It takes time.
There must be something.
Well, there's the new American anti-allergeuretic drug.
Will it do the job?
Well, it's been tested, but supplies are considerably limited still.
But available?
In America, yes. But we need it urgently. Within the next few hours.
Then we could have some flown over. I'll charter a plane if necessary.
Well, I'm afraid there won't be time.
I'll take care of it.
What are you talking about? How can you?
I said I'll take care of it. He's still my son. If you'll let me have the details, Doctor.
Yes, naturally.
I have to leave.
You always had to leave.
We'll stay and see the boy through, Mary.
Tell your contact to ask for Dr. Ashley.
Miss Eland.
Yes, sir?
Contact our people in New York. I want a special courier to pick up a drug from the Westmore Hospital. Take down these details.
$4,800 miles from impact. Speed? 24,000 knots. He'll never make it.
We have it on ground radar. Contact confirmed.
Do we have a grid reference?
Yes, sir. IGR area B14208. Just off the west coast of Ireland.
Tell Captain Carlin to overfly the area.
Yes, sir.
Crazy coming in at that speed.
Could it have been damaged?
I don't see how. The interceptors didn't get anywhere near it.
The aliens don't usually make that kind of mistake.
No. At least it shows they're fallible.
Miss Eland,
Yes, sir.
has that drug been picked up yet?
Yes, sir. They're taking it straight to the airport.
Fine, fine. I'll arrange for the transporter myself.
Yes, sir.
Straker.
Voice print positive. Commander Straker.
Keep in contact with Carlin, though I doubt if he'll be able to tell us very much.
Yes, sir. What's the situation, Alec?
2 UFOs. One veered off 10 million miles away. The other one crashed. Western Ireland. Its entry speed was too high.
Right.
Sky One is on its way now to look for wreckage, but I don't suppose there'll be much left to see.
Fine.
Is everything all right?
Is it ever?
I was going to grab a bite to eat. Care to join me?
No, that's all right, Alec. I've got a few things to clear up here. You go ahead.
All right. See you later.
Tell the transporter at the SHADO base, New York, to stand by for immediate takeoff.
Well, it isn't due to leave for another 7 hours, sir.
I believe I said immediate takeoff.
Yes, sir.
No calls, Miss Eland. And would you get me 012414, please? Intensive care unit, please. Hello, I'm inquiring about a patient, a young boy, John Straker. Well, there must be. John Rutland. Yes, he could be under that name. No change? Thank you.
Well, Mrs. O'Connor, there's not a lot wrong with you.
I could have told you that myself, Doctor.
I'll bet you could. I'll drop in next time I'm passing.
Won't you stay for a cup of tea?
No, thanks. It's getting a bit late, and I have to go over to the Regan farm.
Say goodbye to the doctor, Billy. Oh, you're a naughty boy. I'll see you to the door, Doctor. I have to treat my gentlemen callers with great respect, or else they won't come back.
Sky 1 to Skydiver Control. It crashed about 100 yards offshore.
Right, sir.
I'm going around once more before the light fades.
Did you hear that? What was it, Billy? I'm sure I heard a noise. Didn't you hear it, Billy? Is anyone there? I know someone's there. Oh, you must excuse me. You see, I'm blind. What are you doing? What are you looking for? There's nothing of value here. Please, please don't touch the bird.
Where's that transporter?
Just taken off, sir. ETA London, 23:30 hours.
Fine. Well, I want a car and an escort at the airport to meet it.
Yes, sir.
Great steak. Medium rare, side order a salad.
Sounds very appetizing.
Yeah, it was. Certainly was.
Look, it's pretty quiet here. There's nothing you can do. Why don't you go home?
What home?
Who are you?
What's the position, Peter?
Sky 1 has redocked. Skydiver now proceeding to crash area. ETA 15 minutes.
Fine. Contact us the moment you have anything.
Roger, Control.
I still can't figure out why it came in so fast.
To avoid the moon base interceptors.
It's possible. The moment it passed moon base, it had plenty of time to decelerate.
Is that the transporter?
Yes, sir. 23:30 hours, confirmed as ETA.
Have my car outside in 30 minutes. I'm going home.
That's it. Oh, Alec.
Maybe that UFO tried to decelerate, but couldn't, because it had been hit.
The interceptors were way up. What else could have caused it?
The second UFO. The one that veered off.
Tell Captain Carlin to keep a lookout for any wreckage with signs of damage not consistent with the crash. Right, sir.
Right, thank you, Shadow Control. We'll do that. Roger and out.
Anything? Not a sign. Steer 042.
Yes, sir.
A block, night nurse speaking. Yes, she's still here. It's for you.
Yes. Oh, it's you, Ed. No, there's no news.
The drug is on its way. Everything will be all right, Mary.
Yes. Yes. Yes, I will. No, I'm fine. I want to stay here. Don't let Johnny down this time, Ed. Don't let us down. All right. Bye.
That could be it. About 50 yards ahead. A couple of degrees to port.
Stop engines. I'll go and take a look. Release the marker buoy and inform control.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, who are you? Why don't you answer me? Why won't you speak to me? What's that noise? What are you doing? Why don't you go away? Why don't you leave my house?
I want you to hear something. It's important. Play it back.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you go away? Why don't you leave my house?
It cut in about 3 minutes ago on our waveband.
Cut in?
Clear as a bell. Estimated signal strength, 1,500 megawatts.
Well, that's as powerful as a medium-sized commercial transmitter. Do we have any bearings?
Ireland, the west coast.
What is that noise? What is it? I'm only trying to feel your face. Don't you understand? I'm blind. Why, you're trembling. Why don't you answer? Why don't you tell me who you are and what it is you want? Because then I might be able to help you.
UFO crashes off the west coast of Ireland. And an old lady broadcasts from the same area, with a transmitter powerful enough to break in on our waveband. It can't be coincidence.
Cancel my car.
Yes, sir. Did you get closer bearings?
No, sir. We'd have to triangulate from ground vehicles in the area.
There aren't any. Where's the nearest transporter?
Just over the Atlantic, 200 miles out.
Coming in from New York?
Yes, sir.
I thought that wasn't supposed to take off until 1400 hours.
Well, that's correct, sir, but it's been en route for 50 minutes. Commander Straker's orders.
You must be psychic.
Close outer hatch.
Outer hatch closed.
Evacuate. Open inner hatch.
Opening inner hatch. Inner hatch open.
I want these shots developed and radioed to control as soon as possible.
How did it look?
Part of the metallic structure had practically been vaporized. I'll tell you one thing. It had been fired on by something before it crashed.
Captain Carlin just radioed these in. There's no doubt about it. That UFO was damaged before it crashed. But by what? Two UFOs are sighted. One veers off, the other crashes off Western Island. And from the same area, someone breaks in on our waveband. Let's make a couple of guesses. An alien survives the crash, goes into a house. The occupant is an old lady.
She said she was blind.
Yes, so she thinks he's a man, an intruder, possibly. The alien sets up a transmitter and beams in on our waveband.
Why?
Well, we'll know that better when we track him down.
Well, that won't be easy, Alec.
Well, with mobiles in the area, we can pinpoint his exact position.
Yeah, so that'll take time.
Oh, less than an hour. Transporter will be there within minutes. Mobiles can be in the area immediately. And once they're in position, we can get exact bearings from his next transmission.
A transporter?
The one from New York. You ordered an early takeoff.
What have you done?
Well, I diverted it. What else? Is something wrong? I'll tell Captain Carlin to go ashore as field commander.
Some coffee.
Thank you.
What time is it? That clock is right.
It hasn't arrived yet.
A block. Mrs. Rutland, it's for you.
No. I'll take it.
Hello? Yes, it's me. No. Just the same.
There's been a delay. The drug will be here as soon as possible. Yes, I know. I know. Look, I'd like to explain to Mary.
It's been delayed.
Yes. But... important? What can be more important than your own son's life?
Listen, Mary, please, it's not like that. You don't understand.
No, I don't understand. I'll never understand.
Mary, listen to me. Mary. Where's the transporter?
Just landed in Ireland, sir.
The second it's unloaded, I want it back in the air for London.
Yes, sir. Look, I'm sorry about the transport. Was it important?
These things are always a question of priorities. Tell the mobiles not to move in till I give the word. And get me a large-scale map of the area.
Yes, sir.
And get me Captain Carlin.
Sir.
It's all right, Billy. Our visitor's a nice man. He doesn't want to hurt us. It's all right, Billy.
Mobile 1 in position.
Roger 1. All mobiles in position, sir. All we can do now is wait for the next transmission.
An alien wants to cooperate, to help. Why else would he transmit on our waveband?
Why won't you speak to me?
Get a bearing.
Why don't you tell me who you are? You know, it's better to tell someone.
What the devil's jamming that signal?
Second UFO resighted. Moonbase, red alert.
Interceptors, immediate launch.
Missile firing, -6.4.
Interception negative. UFO proceeding to Earth. Red alert, replacement Sky 1.
I know I can't do very much, but I'll try and help you.
Got it. Mobile 1 to control.
Signal vector 138.3.
Tell the mobiles to move in.
Yes, sir.
Mobile 1 to control.
8 miles from target.
Miles.
We'll never know. He might have told us everything.
Mary.
I never want to see you again.